Who's this in the bottom? Is this Scarlett? That's Scarlett. You want to take the lead, or
That is. You know what? You got it. You already know who it is.
oh? I'll continue then. So in the bottom right, we have the blue Zerg is Scarlett, representing. Is that Spotify, Shopify, gaming? I don't know. It says RBLN. I can't guess what that is.
That would be the Rebellion, the Shopify Rebellion.
Shopify Rebellion.
That's right. And of course, she's facing off against the highly esteemed Protoss, arguably the best Protoss in the world, representing Dragon Kitesy Gaming. It's herO.
Nope.
We've got the herO versus the Rebellion here.
Wow, that is a hidden third, is that or hidden second?
What it is herO blocking the natural and forcing Scarlett to take a different hatch. Scarlett's got to take that third base. It's interesting that she chose that one though instead of like the triangle third, which I feel like is slightly more common, but
yeah, it does have the rocks blocking it off, but you lose the advantage of your opponent can attack from the high ground. So
yeah, it's I mean, you know, it's a little bit of a give and take either way. I think on this map they're pretty evenly spaced, so kind of makes sense.
Nope. And they're fairly evenly skilled, so I mean that's got to be, you know, Scarlett's got to feel confident.
It's all adding up. Yeah, I mean, I think historically Scarlett has struggled in this matchup a little bit. I don't know if she likes the ground toss style better than sky toss. I know a lot of people are definitely liking herO's like Blink Stalker, ground toss, gateway based army composition that's been happening the last year or so better than they like the Void Ray meta, but I don't know for the players what's easier to play against, because herO is so difficult for it seems like any Zerg on the planet to consistently beat. He just crushes everybody. That, you know, I don't know what how Scarlett feels about it. We unfortunately have some lag here. Are you experiencing that as well? Oh no.
Yeah, I'm seeing Kano. Well, I mean, and watching herO versus Percival, he has so many different ways he can attack from the ground that it's hard to predict exactly what he's bringing at you.
I think that's one of herO's strongest, like one of the best things about his playstyle, I guess, is his unpredictability, right? He has so many different things he's very strong with that it can be really hard to know exactly what he's going for, and he's not afraid to just chuck an all in at your face. But he's also not really afraid of like a macro game where he just pressures, and that it's so hard, especially for Zerg, which is going to be the more reactive race, to deal with somebody like herO who is so exquisite with his builds.
And he really does. He makes an effort to squeeze every little bit he can. Like even with these adepts, you see putting the weaker one behind the one with full health. That's what makes the pros.
That's the high tier play right there. I think most of us would have just lost the first two adepts and got nothing done with them. herO's not most of us. You know, he's not a normal man. He's not an innocent man. This is all pretty normal, pretty standard stuff, though. Just a little bit of Oracle harass, cheeky little bit of Adept harass. You're going to grab a third base behind it, so we don't have anything too crazy going on. I imagine this will go into like a Blink +1 situation for herO. And it looks like Scarlett's just hitting that drone button for the most part.
Yeah, he was definitely trying not to throw anything away too early on. He is.
How is this Adept still alive? This Adept was just alive on pure hopes and dreams. Had some duct tape around it, I think.
Using the classic saliva as a glue.
Yeah.
Hold its armor together.
Something like that. Scarlett going for +1 melee. It's not too surprising to see. I feel like Ling Bane has been pretty common opener against Protoss, but Spore Crawler maybe a little late to the party. Actually, triple Oracle. Just going to kill a couple of queens here. While the Adepts focus down the workers. 6 drones going down and 2 queens here. herO getting some good opening damage. Taking a worker lead.
All the pressure off of him. I mean, looking at the units lost, it is. Aside from a couple of oracles, the Adepts, he hasn't lost any workers yet. So there's no reason.
It's a nice start for herO. Certainly not anything super crazy here, but a nice opening. The cannon in the third base mineral line is interesting. He must be worried about it, like a counterattack coming out of Scarlett right now. 7 more drones going down. Oh my god, these Adepts just don't quit.
Nope. Scarlett is going full economy. Both players playing very defensively. There's a lot of respect in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Scarlett's... I feel like she's playing a little bit scared of what herO is doing and just trying to kind of deflect it as best as possible, but herO is still finding lots of damage early on in the game. And Scarlett's, again, not in like a dead position here. She's going for a double expand, finally getting up above herO's worker count, and interestingly, getting into a Hydra Den before the Baneling Nest is even finished. Gonna have some good DPS out. Oracles. Just 4 oracles. Gonna try to target down this hatchery, and you know what? The Lings cannot stop that. Are there transfuses available? Oh, it does not matter.
4 oracles, 4 Adepts, 5 oracles now, but that was the classic 4 zealot, 4 adept, 4 oracle.
Yeah, you know, the good old 4-4-4. I remember them talking about that build back in the Wings of Liberty days.
Yeah, that was, everyone knows that one.
And herO, interestingly, didn't go for like a blink build, just went for charge +1, and now getting into Adepts. I feel like herO's going to have a big 3-base attack ready to go here pretty soon.
And you can see that the aggression herO's been keeping on has really prevented Scarlett from overrunning the map with creep. She is not much beyond her bases still.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that is like those early queens dying, the queens having to focus on defending against oracles and things like that. Not being able to be out on the map, spread and creep. Scarlett does get a nice little victory here, cleaning up these Adepts, but oracles once again.
Well, yeah, oracles killing another hatchery.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Definitely see what herO's afraid of. I mean, he knows that if he doesn't pay attention, Scarlett will just take the advantage.
Yeah, you know what? Scarlett's army is actually getting pretty sizable right now, despite all that economic damage. It feels like herO's lost kind of a lot of ground units compared to what Scarlett's lost in terms of the army. And Scarlett's going to go for an attack. Oh my god, where are these Archons doing? Oh, they are all going to die. That is so much of herO's army. It's so important. There is a shield battery here, but as the Banelings come forward, it feels like the static defense isn't going to matter quite as much. Zealot's trying to avoid getting hit by the Banelings, but the Banelings going to smash them anyways. This 4th base of herO's might be dead, but herO's counterattacking.
Yeah, but that counterattack is, I mean, I guess it's pretty helpful having a bunch of Zealots and Archons to distract, but it's not going to do the damage. It's not going to repay the damage that's been done to him.
It might not entirely, but Scarlett did lose a base. Losing all of those queens is very painful. She's going to come back and clean all of this up. That might give herO a chance to push across the map. Oh my god, these oracles. The Banelings were running away. They decided to turn around. The disruptors are a little bit dangerous. Ooh, Scarlett's got a split. She does eat a couple of shots here. Those disruptors getting some good damage done, and Scarlett's gonna tap out. That feels a little early to me.
Yeah.
That felt like a little bit of an early tap out, but at the same time, she was down in workers. It was pretty much even base count. I guess Scarlett just felt like she couldn't keep it going, but man, that's kind of a slugfest. herO just keeping that pressure on. Scarlett essentially went for one big attack, and the fourth base going down was very painful for herO, but considering he killed a fourth base in the counterattack, I guess it ended up equalizing enough for him.
Like the two bases you killed prior to killing that fourth base, stacking that much damage on top.
Yeah, you kind of forget sometimes how quickly oracles kill buildings. They do like bonus to armored, and hatcheries have the armored tag, so they just die super quickly to oracles. I feel like I haven't seen that in a while, but damn.
No, I mean I saw that recently on Mana's. He did a mana only challenge, or energy only. And
it's kind of funny actually. The mana only challenge.
Yeah. Like his opponent would go for ultralisks, but observers just devour ultralisk. It's weird.
Yeah, they just. I mean, it helps that the ultras can't shoot up. They should be able to.
Yeah, but
they're so big.
But you would think that they would last. They would have some kind of hold value. Oh, here we go. You want to go first?
Alrighty. Game number 2. Down 0-1 as we get into Neo-Humanity here. It is the blue Zerg player for the Shopify Rebellion, Scarlett.
Ooh. And in the top left, up 1, it's Dragon Kite Gaming's herO. Will he be able to clinch this one? Or will he play a little bit cautious and throw it all away at the end?
We shall have to see.
I might be a little too hopeful. Scarlett could take this one away.
We got to have the hopium for Scarlett. We always have the hopium. But it is going to be a tough one. herO's PvZ is just so insanely good. There are very few Zergs that can stand up to it. And I'm sure Scarlett is very familiar with it. I have a feeling they play against each other fairly regularly. But we'll see. There have been some good Zerg builds on this map, I feel like. I've seen Dark do some fun ones on this map.
Yeah, and herO wouldn't deny that natural expansion, so Scarlett doesn't have to run all the way to third this time. Although, like, this is a fairly small map. I mean,
yeah, it's got some interesting features too. I like the slow zone in the center with the cooling towers. I haven't seen that used in a while, but I feel like players are getting too smart for it. They're avoiding the cooling tower setup that this map maker designed.
Yeah. I mean, in this expansion that's blocked by minerals, I mean, so much potential. I mean, people using that against their opponent to be able to sneak in and hide their proxies.
Yeah, I haven't seen a ton of that. I expected to see more on this map of the mineral fields being kind of used like that as like tank positions or something, and I haven't seen too much of it. It feels unfortunate, but I guess that's good. That means it was good map design, that we don't have players trying to take advantage of it.
And herO's got full saturation already on his main.
Oh yeah, he's chronoing out those probes. No third from Scarlett at the moment, but it looks like she's about to take it as I say that. Ooh, and it's a Glaives opener here.
It's good to see herO's try something different every game. I mean, he's not just falling into the pattern of predictability, predictable pattern. Something.
Yeah, I think herO's got enough builds in his pockets here, and this looks like it's just going to be a 4-gate chart or a Glaives build. So not going to necessarily be super committed to doing damage with it. We'll probably expand behind it. But going to force Scarlett to stop droning relatively early, get a lot of units out, or might be able to get a lot of damage done. I mean, Glaive Adept builds always have that potential. That's what makes them so scary, is the moment you think you're dealing with it well, suddenly there's 2 Adepts in each base, and they are just targeting down 10, 15 drones in no time.
Yeah, like Scarlett here is only now taking her 3rd gas, so she is not in a position to really pump out units that don't get countered by Adepts.
Yeah, it's going to need to be a lot of Lings and a lot of Queens coming out, but we don't have any Queen production from Scarlett right now, and I'm getting a little bit worried. As Glaive is about to finish, the Prism is nearly done. Oh, it's going to be Disruptor follow-ups, too.
Oh, man, that is... Oh.
Straight to Hydra Den for Scarlett. That is crazy. Scarlett pulling out the Mio Micah builds right now. And herO's here at the 3rd base like, I'm going to kill some drones. There's no drones at the 3rd base, so I guess herO will just walk away. It's wild.
That's a superior build from Scarlett.
Yeah, it's just big brain. Yeah, I do love this. Hydra's already coming out. Now, the thing is, Hydras are light. They take extra damage from these Adepts. The Adepts kill the Hydras quite quickly. But Hydras can do a lot of DPS. So they can also just out-DPS the Adepts in some cases, especially if there's Lings around. The Adept's going to just gun down the 3rd, though. Scarlett is now stuck on 2 bases. herO goes for the recall. He's like, I don't know what's going on. I just need to get out of here. I'm just going to go home and be safe on my 2 bases. Disruptors are coming out. This is so
definitely
wild.
taking... definitely not trying to do anything too risky here.
No, because Scarlett's counterattacking, and I think herO must have realized that. There are Banelings on the way, Lings, Banes, and Hydras that are going to be hitting herO in a moment. It looks like he wants to expand, but this is not the time to expand, herO. This is the time to defend. Where are those Banelings? They're waddling up. There's no speed. Oh my god, the Disruptor Novas. The Disruptor Novas. Oh, good splits. Can the Adept split enough against the Banes, though? It doesn't feel like it. Scarlett might just absolutely win with this counterattack. I think herO was just super unprepared for this.
Scarlett's going for full aggro. She's not even trying to play around with the army.
No.
She's just going for that victory.
Why bother fighting the army when you can just kill... I mean, she did kind of kill the army, so I guess it works out either way. Yeah, we're going to a game 3. This is wild.
Scarlett.
This is a Mio Micah build. This is beautiful.
25. Oh, wow, that is almost the entire economy. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
Way
that
to
is...
go, Scarlett.
That's too much damage. I love that. That was weird. That was weird and it was beautiful.
Yeah, that 3rd, no drone strat where your opponent can't get any damage off because there's nothing there.
Right? Can't kill anything if I don't have anything. Think about that.
I mean, who but a pro would consider that to be a feasible idea? I mean,
you have to have, just the largest of brains to know how to make that work.
That definitely took a lot of forebrain, being able to see what's coming, to just forego that.
Yeah, I wonder if Scarlett had like a different build planned and just kind of had to wing that one, because the Hydra Den was down very early with no other tech before. It was just Lings straight into Hydras, which feels like a weird choice. And I wonder if Scarlett had something else planned, but then that happened and she was like, oh, I'll just drop a Baneling Nest and counterattack and win. That'll be good. That'll work.
Yeah. I mean, even the gas timing, or getting the 3rd just at the right moment when she would actually need it. I mean, that was a very, very tight build.
No, it worked out quite well as we're all tied up 1-1. And you know what? I'll let you intro our first player here.
Man, my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you. So, all right, in the bottom left, in the blue Zerg, representing Shopify Rebellion, we have Scarlett. And you want me to do the other?
Oh, I got this. I got this gentleman covered. Up here in the upper right-hand corner, in the red, for Dragon Kites Gaming, it's none other than herO, who has
so is
decided
this,
the hatch block was the reason he lost that last game. He needs to go get that done this time.
So how many third games have you had today?
I think this is the first one.
Right?
The series have not been super close up to this point, but this one looking good. I love it. I mean, honestly, game one, Scarlett's counterattack looked strong in that one as well. It's really interesting to see her go straight for Hydras. We haven't seen roaches so far in this match. It's just been like Lingbane Hydra. Which feels weird to me. This feels like something that not a lot of Zerg players are doing in this matchup. And I think it's got to be on purpose, right? This has to be a purposeful choice up against herO to forgo the roaches, and in the last game in particular, go straight into Hydras.
No, and it is like with the Hydra speed being buffed. I mean, we don't often think about the defensive Hydra play. I mean, she didn't really need any upgrades to be able to hold off an entire adept push. Like that was like she just pulled everything close, let her opponent take the third, and she just kept droning. And she's kept what would it be? Kept reinforcing behind that. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a good way to take advantage too of the fact that herO likes to go for a lot of blink stalkers against Zerg. Hydras tend to be pretty good against that, so if you can get those Hydras out early, yeah, maybe it does really hurt herO's ability to go for stalkers. Same thing with Stargate openers, although that being said, in game one, we did see the Oracles just kind of dominate that game. I feel like the Oracles won that game.
No. And something like that might actually have been a good reason why she wouldn't go fast Hydra, because the spores don't help much against 5 Oracles. A single spore colony.
Yeah, it turns out you can just dodge those. You can just avoid them. They don't move very easily.
I mean, people often complain about Zerg Static D having the ability to move, but I didn't see it being too big of a help back then.
No, certainly
Look at that,
not.
one shot.
Yeah, these adepts doing a good job here. Already trading with some lings and getting a couple of drone kills.
Managed to get one adept there, at least. Scarlett's not playing around. She is going for it.
Yeah, the one adept is significantly less scary than 2 adepts. But the Oracles make all the difference, and herO's just going for a normal macro game this time. No early game pressure like last game. That was a very aggressive game from herO, and I think it backfired on him pretty splendidly into Scarlett's counterattack. But game one was pretty much pure macro out of herO, and it worked out for him. So wouldn't be surprised to see more of that here. And it was really the adept harassing game one, combined with the Oracles. We're just seeing it again. So many drones going down. This is so painful. Already 10 drones dying this game. Just for a couple of adepts. I mean, that's a brutal opening.
Yeah, but Scarlett, she's already replaced those 6 of those 7 adepts she just lost. They're adept drones, so that economic damage isn't going to last. I mean, she's already replenished.
Yeah, but every moment building drones, that's a moment that could be building more drones. Imagine if all those drones hadn't died. She'd be up at 52 workers right now.
Yeah, she's already going for spores, not even waiting for herO to...
Yeah, she's got to get those spores up. The Oracle's still just getting too much damage done. And again, the adepts in the main, the Lings sleeping on the job. This is very painful for Scarlett. A lot more drones going down. The Oracle's diving to the natural, even with the Spore Crawler there. The Oracle's just gonna get so much damage on herO. Man.
No, Scarlett doesn't want any more of that.
That's a painful one, especially after like a nice win in game 2, to just be taking so much damage in game 3. You know there's really no chance of coming back from it.